Renee Nicole Good, age 37, American citizen, mother, was shot and killed in Minneapolis, Minnesota during an ICE operation. She was in her vehicle on a residential road when ICE agent Jonathan Ross approached and fired multiple times into the vehicle. Her vehicle was sideways in the road. Ross walked around the vehicle and opened fire. Good was pulled from the car and given CPR before being transported by ambulance to the hospital, later pronounced dead. Alex Pretti, age 37, ICU nurse, was shot and killed during a protest involving the criticism over Renee Good's killing. 2 souls taken from us too soon due to the ongoing infiltration of ICE agents in our common society. Workers that have little formal training and are abusing their power for their own agenda. 2 souls that are no longer here for their family, their friends, their workplaces, and the world. 2 souls who stood up for the injustice of the marginalized and the oppressed, taken because of opposition through ICE agents. Words cannot express my outright anger, frustration, anxiety, panic, and fear over what this is the beginning of. I've been struggling to find the right words to say, knowing that my words may never make a difference with these tragedies. However, my platform, my personality, my profile, and my presence need to be present. We're being told that Renee rammed into or ran over Ross. Good's SUV was stopped sideways. Again, Ross circled the vehicle on foot to film her license plate, then positioned himself in front of the vehicle as she reversed away from him, then fired 3 shots through her windshield. We're being told that Pretti brandished and attacked the agents with a gun. Pretti filmed a nearby raid, intervening to shield an innocent bystander from pepper spray. The agents shoved him, sprayed him, and tackled him. His gun found separated from him and later was shot to death. This administration has tried to tell us that Renee was a stalker and Pretti was violent. We know this is false, and we know nothing is happening. We know that no charges have been brought against this administration and the ICE agents or any ICE agents that have happened in the 9+ shootings that have happened since September 2025. There is no accountability. There is no cooperation. There is no compassion. There's nothing. Just empty words, thoughts, and prayers. We're expected to pick up and move forward like nothing has happened, which is, pardon my language, bullshit. We need to change. We need to structure. We need accountability to make sure any situation, even remotely close to this, never happens again. So what can we do? First, flood leaders with messages. Email, call, tag the DHS office, Nome's office, your local representatives and senators, and Minnesota's delegation. Demand that you want full body cam releases of the events, independent probes of this event, not just the ones handled by the Department of Justice. You want the agents that are potentially involved suspended during the investigations and properly charged, arraigned, or fired if found at fault. And you want Kristi Nome's resignation. Second, join or start vigils. Link up with Minneapolis groups like the ACLU of Minnesota and other faith allies for daily prayer marches at the local ICE offices. Show up masked against the cold weather, because we are in a polar vortex right now, and create signs that acknowledge these victims. Your presence will disrupt business as usual. Third, urge all blue state senators to block funding of the DHS appropriations bill without the proper reform. Demand that this bill includes $20 million for body cams and de-escalation training that bans masks and anonymous operations and duty to intervene policy. Pretti's death has been shown to have a greater majority that backs less force from ICE. Now, if you want your local church to help out, there are 3 things that the church can do. Hold daily vigils outside of prayer offices. Stand in solidarity with Minneapolis. Show up with names, candles, and prayers that name the ICE's lethal failures. Remind others that love calls us to speak out, to use the power of love that is stronger against any fear. Create social media posts that condemn the masked operations, profiling, and lies that are ongoing. Partner with AmPro like efforts. Collect funds for good and Pretti's families. Legal defense. Train your seniors that you mentor to call representatives demanding body cams and probes. Host faith calls to action, writing letters that support a government shutdown and reform that includes de escalation mandates. So much has been said. The truth is, I don't know what else to say. I'm angry. I'm frustrated. I'm scared. I know a lot of Christians will view events like these as the end of the world and that Christ is coming back soon and all that too. However, we have a call to stand up for what is right, to care for the poor, to care for the marginalized in this case, to care for those that are being oppressed, to rebel against those infiltrating, to flip the tables that are in the church, to start creating the accountability and creating structures that help rather than hurt. We have to start somewhere. Waiting for Christ to return isn't good enough. With all that being said, let me close this out in prayer. God of justice, we roar with fury over Renee Good and Alex Pretti, shot down by ICE in cold blood, their lives stolen under lies of threat. Shatter the arrogance of agents who play judge and executioner. Expose Gnome's spin and burn through our government's deceit. Ignite your church to rise, not with tame words, but with prophetic fire. Vigils that block the gates, voices that demand body cams and trials, hearts that refuse silence while blood cries from the streets. Turn our race into resurrection power, rip down these violent systems, avenge the innocent, and force accountability now. In the name of the crucified Jesus who toppled tables. Amen.